Hello, and welcome to our webinar today, Working Toward Work-Life Balance, a Mental Health Conversation. On behalf of our president, Ron Busby, our board, chambers, and our staff, thank you for attending. I'm Tiffany Mays Ahelor with the U.S. Black Chambers Incorporated, affectionately known as the national voice of Black businesses. We represent over 140 Black chambers of commerce and small businesses across the nation and are founded on 5 pillars of service: advocacy, access to capital, contracting, entrepreneurial training, and chamber development. This webinar was crafted in collaboration with our chambers of commerce, providing technical assistance and resources to businesses across the U.S. with the U.S. Small Business Administration's SBA Community Navigator Pilot Program. Thank you for your assistance in developing and sharing this program. Our team at USBC, as well as our 20 Navigator chambers, look forward to being a resource to you and your business as you navigate through this journey. Today, as we close a successful Women's History Month 2023, USBC presents this educational presentation on a national topic that impacts all business owners: balancing our mental and physical health. Together, we will rediscover positive, mindful strategies to prioritize our professional well-being as a daily lifestyle choice. In this webinar today, you will gain guidance with fitness, nutrition, and mindful practices. Before we introduce today's guest, I encourage all of you to drop your questions into the chat, and we will address as many as possible at the end of today's webinar. Any questions we don't get a chance to answer during the webinar, we'll make sure we get those answered after the webinar. Now, our distinguished guest speaker is Maticia Sudah, Global Wellness Coach. With over 20 years of experience in professional health and wellness services, Maticia has been featured in Essence Magazine, The Business Journal, and Black Enterprise for her entrepreneurial genius. While bridging the gap between holistic and medical practices, Maticia offers the following services to the professional community: stress management workshops, wellness coaching, international and urban rejuvenation retreats, life coaching, and mental health support. It is quite an honor and pleasure to have you here with us today, Maticia. I'm super excited to hear your presentation. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Greetings, hey everyone. As Tiffany said, my name is Maticia Sudah, and I'm the founder of Head Wraps and Cowrie Shells. My usual business niche is focusing on women ascending through menopause. I assist them to embrace the process through nutrition, fitness, and mindset, navigating the way for them to have more ease into their change of life, utilizing stress management, because we know how it can be, ladies. However, the tips and information that I'm about to present is highly feasible for men. I have been a repeat entrepreneur that includes ownership and management of a day spa chain in the Midwest, servicing men, women, and couples. And I am also a plant-based chef, or I like to refer to myself as a plant-based alchemist. I absolutely adore creating savory, fabulous dishes with plants. I'm also a licensed realtor in Nevada, focusing on getting my community in homeownership. I have also taught Kemetic yoga to men and women nationally and internationally, independently, as well as assisting my master teacher globally. Kemetic yoga is a form of yoga that is based on the spiritual and cultural practices of ancient Egypt, originally known as Kemet. It combines physical movement, breath work, and meditation to help individuals connect with their mind, body, and spirit, which is so important. Kemetic yoga focuses on the principles of Ma'at, which are balance, harmony, order, righteousness, reciprocity, and justice. And it incorporates poses and movements that are inspired by the symbolism of ancient Kemet. Kemetic yoga is often practiced in a group setting and can be a way to connect with community and culture, which I teach here in Las Vegas weekly. It is also a form of yoga that emphasizes self-care and encourages individuals to develop a deeper understanding of themselves and their connection to the world around them. Now, the beautiful thing about kinetic yoga is that it is practiced very slowly. Every movement is integrated with the breath and is safe for anyone of any fitness level. Change slide, please. The services that my company currently offers are stress management workshops, wellness coaching, international retreats, urban or domestic retreats, life coaching, and mental health support, all facilitated by wonderful, experienced coaches and therapists that I hold near and dear. Exercise, nutrition, mindset, and other practices applied in conjunction with each other assist in managing mental stress in the workplace. My team includes an advanced practice registered nurse who is also a mental health nurse, and life coaches who assist me with various masterclasses, workshops, webinars, and my annual international retreat. Now back to kinetic yoga. I am also a 6-time senior certified kinetic yoga instructor, a practicing yogi since 1995, telling my age here, and a functional nutrition health coach. I am also a licensed esthetician specializing in skin and body care. And I promise I'm not Jamaican. I know I have a lot of titles, but I just do what my heart desires, and it has never led me astray. My business takes the total health consciousness approach that emphasizes an internal transformation in how one perceives and interacts with the world and others in a comprehensive manner that positively affects mental, physical, and social performance. It is undeniable that team members are dealing with work stress and they absolutely need relief. People are stressed. All of our services are proven to be highly, highly effective. We offer a comprehensive set of self-development services that help successful people be more effective, which is the goal. Our target populations and current clients include top-level executives, managers, and team members. We help our clients develop a foundation of physical, mental, and psycho-emotional health from which they can move towards a comprehensive program designed to ensure long-term success in their professional lives. Our modalities include state-of-the-art holistic practices garnered and culled from the sciences of yoga, meditation, internal energy practices such as deep breathing, nutrition, herbalism, exercise, and psychology. It is time to give your managers, employees, and team members the skills they need to perform effectively in high-pressure situations. Please change slides. Highly successful leaders are driven towards excellence and often operate in high-stress environments where the consequences of their decisions are crucial to the success of their organizations. The workplace should be a safe space where employees can share their mental health concerns without fear of discrimination and without fear of judgment. Employers can promote a supportive work culture by organizing mental health workshops, providing access to counseling services, and also encouraging employees to take breaks and engage in stress-reducing activities. A healthy work-life balance is so crucial for mental health. Employers should encourage employees to take time off when needed and avoid overworking them. Please change slides. Now, constant exposure to highly stressed environments and high performance can lead to maladaptive behaviors and mindsets that are counterproductive in the long run. These behaviors may include a lack of focus, inappropriate behavior, ineffective work habits, as well as unhealthy personal habits. Individual health has a direct impact on an organization's financial bottom line. Please change slides. The Head Wraps and Cowrie Shells Way is more than a stress management program. It offers a complete holistic approach to health, wellness, and which is most important, your personal development. Please change slides. Your team members can expect to learn successful stress management, creative leadership, effective decision-making, proven relaxation strategies, self-mastery techniques, healthy life habits in nutrition, fitness, and wellness, increased personal stamina, focus, productivity, and effective people management skills, which all CEOs and founders can appreciate. Please change slides. Whether stress is acute or chronic in a small or large company, or whether it's the employee's fault, coworkers, or management's fault, stress can cause health conditions that can be life-threatening and life-changing. Please change slides. Even though stress is a part of everyday life, we know it happens, there is some stress that can be alleviated or controlled. And there needs to be mechanisms in place to identify and deal with it accordingly. There should be many options available to employees and managers through their workplace to deal with such stress. Healthcare costs are rising, and with families that need to be supported, mental health problems can cause a downward spiral, resulting in loss of income, loss of morale, and increased medical expenses, which we all want to avoid. Stress, mental health is better dealt by coping with, not ignoring the problems that we face. Please change slides. Life has many stressors that causes stress to develop into symptomatic or asymptomatic diseases or illnesses. For many who are employed, workplace stress can trigger a multitude of different conditions. Stress develops when there are certain events in our life that affect the physiological state of our body when trying to adapt, cope, or adjust. The most common form of stress is either acute or short-term. Long-term or chronic stress is attributed to more severe issues when circumstances are not likely to change, such as poverty, family, or environmental stress. Workplace stress can be related to discrimination, nepotism, harassment, and bullying. There is a need to make a living, so unfortunately, work-related stress can sometimes not be eliminated or ignored. People are dependent on their source of income to support their families, and most likely will have to cooperate with unfavorable working conditions due to socioeconomic or personal characteristics. Stress can cause muscle tension, leading to stiffness, pain in the neck, pain in the back and shoulders. Stress can cause migraines, headaches. Stress may also lead to stomach cramps, nausea. Stress can cause fatigue and exhaustion. It can also lead to problems such as insomnia, and we need our rest. That's when the body truly heals itself. Stress can cause an increased heart rate and blood pressure, which puts a strain on our cardiovascular system. Stress can cause hyperventilation and asthma attacks for people with asthma, which is very common. Chronic stress also weakens the immune system, making it more difficult for the body to fight off infections. That's a lot. And it is important to note that these symptoms can also be caused by other factors. So it is important to consult with a healthcare professional if you are experiencing any of these symptoms. Non-whites are mainly at a disadvantage concerning overall health than whites. There is undoubtedly a link between socioeconomic status and ethnic disparities in stress and health based on studies that examine the role of social and biological stress. Stress related to discrimination experienced by non-whites has been found to be a key factor in chronic stress-related health disparities in the workplace. Please change slides. Chronic stress related to employment discrimination has resulted greatly in hypertension and diabetes in African Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Latino Americans. Unhealthy, deadly habits such as cigarette smoking, alcohol, substance abuse, and poor diet also have been attributed to racism or discrimination that have been experienced in the workplace. Please change slides. According to the American Institute of Stress, the main causes of stress fall into 4 categories. Workload is the biggest cause, accounting for 46% of stress. People issues are second with 28%. Work-life balance accounts for 20%. And lack of job security is last with only 6%. Numerous studies show that job stress is the major source of stress for American adults and that it has escalated progressively over the past few decades. Please change slides. Insurance companies report that problems at work are more strongly associated with health complaints than our other life stressors, more so than even financial or family problems. When stressful situations go unresolved, the body is kept in a constant state of activation, and that state increases the rate of wear and tear to our biological systems. Ultimately, fatigue or damage results, and the ability of the body to repair and defend itself can become seriously compromised. As a result, the risk of injury or disease dramatically escalates. Please change slides. Early signs of job stress include frequent headaches, forgetfulness, sleep disturbance, lack of concentration and focus, short temper, and as mentioned before, upset stomach. Change slides. Chronic health problems that can develop over time include, please change slides, cardiovascular disease, musculoskeletal disorders, and psychological disorders. Although there are no firm conclusions, studies have suggested a relationship between suicide, cancer, ulcers, and impaired immune function and stressful working conditions. Please change slides. At this time, I would like to present to you the 4 pillars of stress management and wellness that can be utilized in the workplace. Stress management in the workplace can uplift employee performance, which is exactly what you want, and their mindset, as well as increase the bottom line, which should be the goal of all CEOs and founders. When employees and team members are happy and have a work-life balance, everyone in the workplace thrives. Now let's move into the 4 pillars where we will concentrate on improving mental health in the workplace. Please change slides. Your attitude, your mindset. You absolutely are what you think. Changing how you perceive events around you is the first step towards successfully managing your stress. Stress is merely a physiological response that causes blood pressure to rise, heart rate to increase, your muscles to tense, and blood moving towards extremities of the body evolved as a defense mechanism called fight or flight to give us more energy to fight off an attack or to escape. Unfortunately, what happens is our bodies react in this manner, even when the source of stress is not a physical threat to our well-being, but simply something that causes us to become upset or angry, anxious, or nervous about everyday events like work, bills, and personal relationships. The problem is that the physiological effects of fight or flight increases the risk of major diseases like heart attack, stroke, cancer, diabetes, and hypertension. Our goal is to develop an attitude backed up with the lifestyle choices that allows us to view the normal and inevitable stressors of life as simply challenges, that we can overcome with foresight, planning, organization, and level-headed decision-making. We also have to have positive lifestyle foundations that emphasize health, wellness, and fitness, because those elements allow us to activate the part of the nervous system I call play and stay, or the parasympathetic nervous system. This is the relaxation or wellness response which lowers your blood pressure, reduces your heart rate, and strengthens the immune system, and many other benefits. Conscious breathing exercises prior to a meeting, like I did before this webinar, or making a decision, reduces anxiety, allows you to focus better on facts and reality rather than on unreasonable fears and unrealistic expectations. Regular practice of controlled deep breathing allows you to consciously regulate your body's physiology and to program it not to go into fight or flight mode when there is no reason to. Self-actualization. This means to maximize your potential as a human. Operating from a place of fear, such as fear of the future or fear of failure, usually results in a negative outcome. It is also a term used in psychology to describe the process of becoming the best version of oneself. It is a concept introduced by Abraham Maslow, a humanist psychologist who believed that people have an innate drive to reach their full potential and achieve self-fulfillment. We all have this capacity. Self-actualization refers to the process of realizing one's unique potential and abilities, becoming the best version of oneself. It involves achieving personal growth, self-awareness, and a deep, deep understanding of one's value, strengths, and weaknesses. It also involves developing a sense of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment in life. Maslow identified several characteristics of self-actualized individuals, including a strong sense of awareness, the ability to express their authentic selves, a deep appreciation for life, and a desire to help others. He also believed that self-actualized individuals had a strong sense of creativity, independence, and autonomy. Overall, self-actualization is a process of personal growth and self-discovery that allows individuals to realize their full potential and achieve a sense of personal fulfillment and satisfaction in life. The two pillars of self-actualization are knowing yourself and also healing yourself. To know yourself means to have an understanding of your true nature and the power for shaping your own destiny that is inherent in simply being a human being. Healing yourself means to just become whole. It does not mean the simple absence of disease, but also having holistic integration of your mind and your body. Please change slides. Fitness. Fitness means that even at rest, your body is working efficiently, processing nutrients, eliminating waste, and generating energy. Every 2 hours, it is important to walk around or go get sunshine or water for 15 to 20 minutes to increase productivity and mental focus. Formal exercise is also good, going to the gym and all that, but there are choices. Choosing to walk instead of driving, riding a bike or standing instead of sitting can qualify as exercise. Very simple things. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain and in essence makes you smarter. Exercise allows you to burn fats and sugars that are released into your bloodstream as a result of the stress response. Fitness can also be defined as a state of physical, mental, and emotional well-being that allows an individual to carry out daily activities without undue fatigue and with ample energy for leisure activities and to meet emergency situations. Fitness is not just limited to physical health. It also encompasses your mental health and your emotional health. It involves components such as cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength, muscular endurance, flexibility, and body composition. Mental fitness involves the ability to think clearly, make sound decisions, and maintain a positive outlook on life. Emotional fitness refers to the ability to manage emotions and maintain a healthy emotional state. It involves being aware of one's emotions, expressing them appropriately, and coping with stress and adversity. Achieving and maintaining fitness requires a combination of regular activity, healthy eating habits, adequate rest, stress management, and positive social connections. Please change slides. My favorite subject, nutrition. Nutrition, eating food should be an economic activity. You want to gain more from your food than what it takes away from you. Eating is an investment in energy. Food should be primarily plant-based, nutrient-dense, and easy to digest, and it should not give you the itis. Food should give you energy rather than use it up in the digestive process. It should be easily digested, assimilated into your blood, your tissues, your bones, organs, and eliminated easily in the form of waste. If these metabolic processes take place efficiently, you will be in a state of mental wellness and balance. The study of nutrition also involves understanding how proper food choices can impact your health. A balanced and varied diet that includes a wide range of nutrient-dense foods can help improve or can help prevent chronic diseases such as obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and certain types of cancer, which are rampant in the United States. On the other hand, a diet that is high in calories, saturated fats, trans fats, or added sugars can increase the risk of these diseases. Nutrition is a component of a healthy lifestyle. It involves making choices informed about the foods we eat and understanding how these choices can impact our health and our well-being. B complex, as in the letter B, the B complex vitamins are essential to how you experience stress. B complex is needed to keep the nervous system healthy, and it will help you resist the negative effects of stress. Less B complex will aid you in feeling more stress. You must get abundant amounts of B complex daily in order to feel good every single day. Vitamin C is another water-soluble nutrient that is not stored by your body and is needed every single day. Vitamin C helps B complex be assimilated into the body. B complex cannot do its job in helping you to regulate your mood without vitamin C. Please change slides. Here is an awesome way to get B complex into your nutrition daily along with vitamin C from a daily superfood smoothie. I start with this every morning. Here are some of your possible ingredients. Fresh squeezed orange or apple juice from the fruits. Spinach or kale leaves, bee pollen as in bumblebees, spirulina, maca powder, moringa powder, organic strawberries and blueberries, organic bananas, fresh nut and seed milk such as almond, sesame, hemp milk, rice milk, flaxseed oil or flaxseed meal. All of these are packed with amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein. B complex vitamins, phytonutrients, minerals, enzymes, antioxidants, and vitamins. Ingesting some or all of these in a smoothie will assist in less mental stress in the workplace and in life. And I promise you, you are going to feel so good. Please change slides. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is simply the practice of being awake and aware to who you are, what you are doing, and why you are doing it. It is allowing you to have the awareness to make choices rather than to simply operate on autopilot. Mindfulness is the practice of being engaged in the current moment with a non-judgmental awareness of one's thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations. It involves paying attention to the present moment with a sense of curiosity, openness, and acceptance without getting caught up on worries about the past or the future, being in the present moment. Acting unconsciously without thought or assessment, without analysis and being reactionary is operating on autopilot. We've all been guilty of this. Being on autopilot is the way we behave, think, and feel based on past subconscious programming from past experiences, social conditioning, and trauma, rather than insightful direct input and intention from our conscious mind. Mindfulness is achieved through internal practices that build awareness and allow us to create intention. Intention means that we are self-directed in what we do based upon self-knowledge, not being affected by external factors like a feather being pushed along in the wind. Decisions are conscious and not based upon unreasonable fears, anxieties, or faulty analysis of situation. Please change slide. Mindfulness practices are controlled breathing exercises, meditation or prayer, slow intentional yoga exercise such as kinetic yoga, excuse me, Tai Chi or Qigong. Please change slides. Now I'm going to demonstrate the rule of 4 breath that you can connect to and a very quick meditation I'm going to walk you through. I want you to perform this exercise at the beginning of your day to reprogram your brain and change how you respond to stressors in the workplace. So, what I would like for everyone to do at this point, if you're sitting in a chair, which most likely you are, I want you to uncross your legs if they are crossed and place your feet firmly on the floor. Put your back against the chair Have your arms on your thighs and your palms rotated up toward the ceiling. And if you would, please close your eyes. From here, I want you to relax your shoulders. Bring your shoulders down away from your ears by just rolling them back and then bringing them down. And I want you to breathe only through your nose. And when you inhale, allow the breath to be long, slow, and deep. Visualize the air coming through the soles of your feet, up your legs, swirling around your knees, up your thighs, into your hips and your belly, your chest cavity, your throat, your cheeks, your third eye, all the way up to the crown of your head. At the top of that inhalation, gently hold the breath for 2 to 4 seconds. And as you exhale the breath, visualize the breath going down your arms and your hands, into your fingertips, and down your legs into the soles of your feet. And at the bottom of that exhalation, also hold the breath for 2 to 4 seconds. So at the top of the inhalation, you're going to hold the breath. And at the bottom of the exhalation, you will also hold the breath. That is the rule of 4 breath, breaking up the breath into 4 sections. Notice if your eyes are dancing behind your eyelids. If so, quiet them. Notice if your teeth are clenching inside of your mouth. If so, unclench them. Notice any vibrations or sensations coursing through the body with the breath. And be in the knowing that when you're breathing air, you're actually breathing life force energy. This breath can be done not only in this state, but throughout your entire day to calm yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. And all of these things must be in balance, so you have a beautiful homeostasis of the body throughout your day. Now visualize any tasks or goals or deadlines that you have to accomplish throughout your day. In your mind's eye, see yourself accomplishing these tasks with ease, with flow, and with alignment. As you exhale, exhale any self-limiting thoughts, any self-doubt, or any fear. As you breathe in a sense of accomplishment, a sense of productivity, and a sense of balance. Allow the breath to flow. And as you're breathing, allow the belly to expand to its full capacity on the inhales, and allow the belly to contract to its full capacity on the exhales. Slowly open your eyes. Roll out your shoulders. And notice any changes that has happened in that very short amount of time. I hope you feel better. I start my day doing meditation at least 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, depending on my time. And even though I do experience stress, since this starts my day, this sets my day, I definitely have an easier time dealing with any issues that may arise in my day. I hope you enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it.
Yes. So the resources that head wraps and cowrie shells can provide to businesses are comedic yoga taught in person, if in Las Vegas or virtually, guided meditation taught in person, if in Las Vegas or virtually, rejuvenation retreats where we incorporate stress management practices that are customizable. Please change slides, such as yoga, meditation, rest and relaxation, massage therapy and body work, daily exercise for weight management and fitness, and transformational group workshops and or one-on-one sessions led by qualified expert facilitators. Virtual group or one-on-one classes are very popular. Please change slides. There are various ways to contact me for my company's services, so we can customize a package for you personally, for your company, or just offer our current offerings. And all of the information is listed below. And I thank you so, so much from the bottom of my heart and the depths of my soul for allowing me to present. It was an absolute pleasure, and I really hope you got something from my presentation. Thank you.
Oh, Maticia, thank you. We should go one more on the slide. And I think that is, yeah,
Yes.
your contact information. I feel like my voice is different. I'm a little bit more relaxed. I've slowed down my pace of speech. I tend to talk
Yes.
very fast. I need to do this more often, like probably once an hour. No. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for sharing, Maticia. Such
Thank you.
timely and valuable wisdom for us. I got to find myself. If you missed the welcome at the beginning of today's webinar, we indicated that any questions we did not get a chance to answer during the webinar, we'll make sure that we can get those answered after the webinar. We would like to give an option for questions that have popped up in the feed, but the chat. First, I want to invite you to give us your feedback on today's session. Just scan the QR code on the screen or type in www.surveymonkey.com/r/bizfuture. Now we can open up the floor and address your live questions. What do we have here? We have a question that has come in and it says, Maticia, can we reverse the effects of stress-induced medical conditions?
You can, but it takes a lot of discipline. Yes, you can. And you can do that through food, you can do that through activity, and you can do that through mindfulness. You know, it's very important, like the exercise that we just did. If you can just take and just start with 5 minutes every single day with that rule of 4 breath and just getting in tune with yourself, that is the start of helping to reverse the effects of any type of, conditions that you may have that are related to stress. And also eating a balanced diet. When we eat real whole foods, that is going to, encourage everything in our body to work in a beautiful harmony so that we can heal ourselves. But healing yourself is completely, completely possible. I have had clients that I've worked with that have healed themselves from high blood pressure, with assistance, that have healed themselves from diabetes and even cancer. Definitely.
That's a great answer. I've heard through the years, it's interesting. Some people in my world have said, well, that's just hereditary. Everybody in my family's had high blood pressure. I need to watch it. I'll probably have high blood pressure. And I had a mentor tell me once, Tiffany, the body regenerates itself on a cellular molecular level every 32 plus days. So the fuel that you put into your body, the habits are what are hereditary,
Absolutely.
not the disease. So to your point, Maticia, yes, just creating habits, fueling our body, getting the rest, that is the
Yes.
healing.
Yes.
Yes.
And, it's interesting because, as you said, it's not the condition, it's the diet. It's the food that we pass down from generation to generation that causes people to be sick. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
That goes into our next question. Our community has traditionally had a high calorie diet of soul food. What do we need to change our diets?
That is a process. I, of course, being an African-American woman, came from, the background of soul food where everything was deep fried and gravy and, pork and all the things. And it took me a long time to get off of that. The things that you can do is just eliminate things very slowly. I never recommend anyone going cold turkey. I mean, I've been plant-based now for about 14 years, but it takes a lot of time. But once you start eliminating things one by one and you notice how much better you feel, how much better your joints feel, how much better your skin looks, how much better your eyes look, how much better your process of elimination and defecation is, everything changes once you change your diet. And we have to remember, yes, we may have had to eat those things back in the day, but now we have a lot more choices. We don't have to be chained to those diets anymore, but it is a process. And I know, like, in African-American families, like, soul food is such a social thing. And, there can be a lot of judgment when you don't eat the same things that they do. I know I go through this a lot, but I'm the only person in my family that's not sick. I'm very well. I'm in my 50s and I'm very vibrant and I have a lot of energy. And people want to be like that, but it just takes those underlying disciplines to get you there. So I hope that answers that question.
It does. What tips, Maticia, do you have for busy entrepreneurs who eat on the go? How do we get back in alignment?
Well, I'm a realtor and I have to eat on the go all the time. You have to get up in the morning. You have to make that smoothie, that mental management smoothie that we talked about, and you have to pack your food. I do not stop at the restaurants. I don't. And if you have to go through a drive-through, we all know what a healthy choice is. We know that, getting a salad instead of a Whopper is going to be a better choice. And, even if you do eat meat, I'm not anti-meat, but, instead of having like fried chicken, have a piece of grilled chicken, have a piece of lean fish. You have to take the time to prepare your food because you know what's in it. I prefer preparing my food just because I know the energy that goes in it. I know the ingredients that go in it. I know the oils that I'm putting in it. And you have to make yourself a priority. It's all about making yourself a priority and being in alignment with that and realizing that you are completely worth it and your health is worth it because you're either gonna, put in the time now, paying by putting in the time now, or you're gonna pay the hospital bills later if you keep eating this processed fast food.
Excellent. We're getting a lot of questions in this chat.
Okay, let's go.
Let's see. Well, you kind of just answered this one. How can I make time for exercise and relaxation? The one thing I keep on hearing you say, Maticia, is start your day off of it. Start it in the morning to set the rhythm.
You have to get up early. And I know some people are like, oh, but I'm already so tired. The reason why you're tired most likely is because of the food that you're eating. If you're eating a balanced diet, we don't need like a lot of rest, But when you get up in the morning, like say you get up at 6 and you know that that gets you to work on time. So get up at 5:30 and do your mindfulness practices. Get up at 5 and do your mindfulness practices along with preparing your food. It's all about making yourself a priority. If you have children and you have young children, you have to get up to prepare them. So it's just a habit. It's a habit. So you have to make yourself a habit. You have to incorporate yourself in your own schedule to do that. And I know it sounds trite and it sounds cliche, but really, you just have to get up earlier.
That's
You
it.
really do. That's it.
I get up early just because it's very selfish, because no one can bother me if I'm up early. No one can come and mess with me, so I can just kind of set myself before
Absolutely.
everything starts.
Yep.
How do we combat the social pressures in our community of overeating?
How do you combat the social pressures of overeating?
Overeating, or let's just talk about overeating in general, portion control. Because when
Mhm.
it's good, I'm just going to go ahead and finish it. I was also raised never leave anything on my plate. But now that I am an adult, portion control is an interesting discipline, but also a tool and a hack, not
Mhm.
only for myself, but to teach my children.
Mhm.
So what are your thoughts on portion control, times of eating? Are you one that fasts, or are you one that eats every 2 hours, or everybody's different? If you could speak to us on that.
Yeah, I start eating solid food around noon. So in the morning after I do my yoga, my meditation, my exercise, I will have a protein smoothie. Um, and then I'll start having solid food around noon. And then I have small meals like every 2 to 3 hours, but I have my largest meal in the middle of the day to get me through the rest of the day. And then I stop eating around 7 p.m. And then if I get very hungry, after that, then I'll have like unsweetened tea, or I'll have a piece of fruit, or I'll have some vegetables. And, you know, eh, that's how I eat. But overeating, it's so easy in this society just because, everything's supersized, everything's, big and huge. Like when you go to different countries, the portions are so much smaller. And those people are so much healthier as well. They may have, fast food chains and all of that, but the portions are so much smaller. We have to remember that these fast food places and this society is all about media-based eating as well. They know exactly what colors to show. They know exactly the sound of the texture. They know exactly what smells. They know everything to do. So you have to keep that in mind as well when you're, going to restaurants and going to the grocery store, down the food aisles, and, try to stay on the perimeter of the grocery store, as much as possible, because that's where all the fresh things are going to be, or the fresher things. Or what I like to do also is go to farmers markets. And, if you have a craving for something that may not be so good, I'm not saying don't have it, but you have to have it in moderation. But again, it's about prioritizing your health, and because there is no greater wealth than health.
Mhm.
It's a wonderful thing to feel better, especially as we age. And overeating is just a really easy way for your health to decline. You just have to keep that in the forefront of your mind always.
It's true. It's interesting. I find that for overeating, if I'm eating and I still feel hungry, but I just eat, it's usually because I've eaten packaged food. Sometimes the packaged food my body doesn't recognize as real food, so it just thinks that I'm hungry, right? That goes with the oils, the different types of oils. So I find that when I eat whole foods, and when I say whole foods, I mean like foods that are pulled from the ground, like beans that I boil, vegetables that have been pulled from the ground, anything that's not packaged, I actually don't have to eat a lot because it's so
It's
packed with real nutrients that my
it's
body
yeah,
registers it. It totally does its course, and then I'm
absolutely.
good. So my
Absolutely.
metabolism actually is very fast, and I do eat a lot.
Hmm.
Um, but everybody is different, and that brings me to my next point, which is, Maticia, we would love to send out an email post this webinar to all of our registrants and be able to give them your information so they can reach out to you, because everybody's journey is very individual and sometimes
Yes.
really private. But I am really happy that we found time to have this conversation. It's funny, I was like just searching on YouTube this morning, and then I was Googling, and I'm like, where's my mental health, like podcasts or webinar or what? And we need more, not just across the generations, but across cultures. And, this doesn't have to be weird. This doesn't have to be uncomfortable. This is like everyday life. And it always feels better when the conversation is had. Education is power. Maticia, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So in closing, we thank all of you for attending Working Toward Work-Life Balance, a mental health conversation. This was made possible through our work with the SBA Community Navigator Program, funded in part through a grant with the U.S. Small Business Administration. A tremendous thank you to our guest speaker, Maticia Sudah, Global Wellness Coach with Head Wraps and Cowrie Shells. Our Community Navigator Chambers for advocating for Black businesses, and to you, our viewers, for sharing in the discussion. I already know what I'm going to do with this webinar. I am going to completely listen to it on Restream when I'm driving, when I'm cooking dinner, because I want this information to sink in. If your
Yes.
firm is looking to increase its revenue opportunities, USBC by Black is the only Black certification program with a business directory providing businesses that certify access to private and public procurement opportunities, highlights, and other benefits. This online service and program can help prepare you for contracting spaces, as well as preparing you to get your documents in order. Certify today by visiting www.usblackchambers.org/certification. Join us in April for our upcoming webinar entitled Driving Success, Ways to Manage Your Firm's Cash and Revenue, April 20th at 1 p.m. East Coast time. That's going to be a great one. Register today online. Yes, again, at the usblackchambers.org/webinars. We are also very excited to announce our USBC National Conference. It will be in person again this year, July 19th through 21st in Washington, D.C. Yes, register today, www.usbcconference.com. And for more events like these, regularly visit and register for upcoming events at usblackchambers.org/webinars. Follow us on social media at usblackchambers.org. And if today's forum prompted any additional questions and interests, feel free to contact us at programs@usblackchambers.org.